Alrighty, and we are live. What is going on, everybody? It is the Naughty Investor. Alrighty, and we are live. Alright. Should be no echo now. What is going on, everybody? Edward, we're going to get to that question in just a minute. I just want to give it a second to just give it a second just to get the everything all set up. So let me just give it 1 second. Hey, what's up, Diego? That's awesome news, Diego. Entrepreneurship is always the way to go. Don't kill yourself for a job that will replace you if you drop dead in a couple days. All right, so what did Ethereum's founder and creator, Vitalik Buterin, say that has everybody in uproar? Now, before I get into that, before I even talk about that, I'm going to disclose my thoughts on what he said, or I'll give you a preface of what I think. I don't think what he said was really that controversial. I think that he could have worded it better, but I don't think what he said was really all that bad, okay? Here's what he said. Reminder. And this was put out on the 17th, so the other day. Cryptocurrencies are still a new and hyper-volatile asset class and could drop to near zero at any time. Don't put in more money than you could afford to lose. If you're trying to figure out where to store your life savings, traditional assets are still your safest bet. Now, where I disagree with him is that I don't it could drop to near zero at any time. I kind of disagree with him there. I mean, certainly some cryptocurrencies could, ones that are like not really good ones, right? But I don't think the majority of cryptocurrencies have a chance to drop to near zero, okay? Certainly we could see... Yeah, right, I agree, Edward. It's not really old news. I mean, it came out the other day. I'm a day late, you know? But if you actually look over here, I'll show you this. Now, today, you know, within the last 24 hours, the media is picking up on this, is going to use this against crypto, because the media, of course, is always trying to push their agenda, so to speak. Oh, and by the way, guys, I did make my bed. So anyone complaining about that in the last live stream, I did it. All right. But yeah, so I don't agree with the main part of him, but the second part I have a little bit of, it does have something I actually agree with. And that is, if you're trying to figure out where to store your life savings, traditional assets are still your safest bet. Now, my opinion on this is that you should own some traditional assets. You should own some cryptocurrency, right? Like if I just got like $1 million, right? Would I put everything into crypto? No. I'd put probably about a quarter of it into cryptocurrency, right? I'd put a quarter of it into real estate, right? I'd put a quarter of it into a well-diversified international, you know, overseas stock ETF fund, a couple different ones. I would diversify. So there is some truth to that second part, that you don't want to put everything into crypto, right? I've always said, you know, 30-40% maybe, right, of your entire net worth could be in crypto, depending on what cryptocurrencies. But the media is using this to, Ethereum's founder said that crypto's going to go to zero, and they're trying to use this to kind of vilify people who invest in cryptocurrencies. So I feel like he just could have worded it better. That's my only thought on this, is he could have worded it better, but he didn't. But it's not completely wrong, right? I don't think Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, any of the major cryptocurrencies have a chance of going to zero. Can they correct? Can we see 20-30% dips here and there? Can we see even a 50% dip? Yes, of course. But near zero is a little bit much. I mean, if it has value today, it's going to have value tomorrow. Even when we look at the .com bubble, right? Yes, a lot of companies, you know, did go under with the .com bubble. There was overvaluation. It was a bubble. But what we got in the dot-com bubble? We got Amazon, we got eBay, right? So there's still, even in the dot-com bubble, there was a ton of tremendous growth in economic activity that came out of that, a ton of tremendous companies that came out of that. And I think the same is true of crypto. I think a lot of cryptocurrencies do have value. It's about finding the right ones. Which cryptocurrencies have real world application? To me, that's the key thing. Which cryptocurrencies have real world application? Ethereum certainly does. You could build D-apps on it, decentralized application. XRP certainly does, because banks will move away from the Swift protocol into the Ripple protocol. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, right. I mean, definitely better positions for us. Diego, can I pay you to promote my shop? I mean, what is your shop? Because, Rich, you are 100% correct with that. Lightning Network will definitely revolutionize Bitcoin and get it back on its feet. I'm a big believer in Bitcoin, right? I do believe in Bitcoin, but I think it does. Right now, we have some scaling issues, but second layer and third layer solutions are all coming out this year and next year. So I think right now Bitcoin's actually really cheap to buy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with loading up on Bitcoin. Ron's, the only thing I would say is to be diversified, right? There's no reason why you can't own Bitcoin and own XLM, right? There's no reason, you always diversify, always own multiple assets, even in cryptocurrency. When does Lightning Network launch? Last time I checked, they were doing, a test net of it, and there was about a 90-something% success rate, meaning it's like very close to perfection. So let me look that up. Lightning, I can't even spell. Release date. I'm not sure if they have the actual release date up, but it's getting close because they're over 90%. Let's see. Oh, is there a date for Lightning Network? Yeah, there is no confirmed date yet, but it's close. It's like over 90% perfected, so definitely watch out for that in the next year. Absolutely. Always diversify. Very important. Right now, I want to talk a little bit about the market too. On CoinMarketCap. Now, I'm really happy with Bitcoin right now because it is back over 10K. It's back over 11K. We're approaching 12K. I think I hope we get past 12K. I think if we do, it'll be the beginning of a new true, tried and true bull run. There was a concerning graph I had on my Instagram page. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I will, I'll put that. It won't be in this video's description, but on my last video, it should be in the description if you check it out. I put up a little bit of a concerning graph where it was basically showing the trend line, and the trend line was down. But if it breaks that trend line, we're good. We're golden. And I think we could very well break that trend line. RSI has been okay. So I'm really happy with Bitcoin right now. Ethereum, I'd like to see back over 1,000 soon. Ethereum is my biggest holding right now, and I would like Ripple to get back up to $2. The other news this week was the Litecoin hard fork that is most likely not going to succeed. I wasn't really a fan of that. It was basically just scaling back the hashing algorithm to the SHA hashing algorithm, which allows old ASIC miners. So to me, Litecoin Cash, the only people who want it is the miners, people who own old mining equipment, right? So I don't think it's going to have that much value. Yeah, Diego, if you want to send me a message on Skype, that's totally cool. I'll try and get to it as soon as possible. Yeah, definitely, you can send me a message. Another cryptocurrency that I think is undervalued right now is Neo. Now, you're probably thinking, well, how can it be undervalued if it's a top 10 crypto, right? But there's no reason right now, in my opinion, for Cardano to have more value than Neo. Cardano's a cool project. It absolutely is. But compared to Neo, Cardano is still way more in the developmental phase than Neo is, okay? Both are cool. I own both. But Neo should be number 6. Cardano should be number 7, in my opinion. Also, we saw a huge spike today with Ethereum Classic. For those of you who don't know, Ethereum Classic, basically they branched off from normal Ethereum, and there's a big controversy. They disagreed because there was a problem with a bug, I guess you would call it, on the normal Ethereum, and so many different things. But I don't own any Ethereum Classic currently. I don't, but I might pick it up just to diversify a bit more. Dash, if you saw the other day, I was talking about Dash, and I said, Dash is definitely one of the most undervalued right now because it fell so much from its all-time high, and it still has so much value. And I think, who was it? Another crypto tuber was talking about Dash today, and they're bullish on Dash as well. So I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Also, for anybody who's a little bit new in the live stream, make sure you hit the bell notification icon next to my name. That way you're notified whenever I upload. My last video I posted on the channel actually did really, really well. I was really happy with the results of that, and I thank everybody who liked that video and shared it and commented on it. I really appreciate everyone who's been in this live stream. Any other questions? Let me see if we have any other questions from anybody anywhere. Have any questions? Here, let's do this. All right, so what's the deal with ICX? So I don't own any Icon currently. I know, what's his name? There's another Ian something. I can't get the name off the top of my head right now, who's really, really big on Icon, and he's a smart dude. He made a lot of money with Icon, but I don't know enough about it. I'm not invested in it myself. Just look over the website. I know it's a good cryptocurrency, at very least on the foundational level. Load. Because this ICO, I think they did 100x if I'm not mistaken, meaning you made if you put $1,000, then you would have made 100 times your money. But because of that, a lot of people who got in earlier decided to dump and buy their Lambos. I might in the it is a smart contract based network. Maybe in the future I'll put out a dedicated video on it. Yeah, it was at... Yeah, its high was about $10. If you're a holder, I would keep holding. That'd be my advice to you. If you if you hold Icon right now, my advice would be to keep holding. And the reason I'm saying that is because there are a lot of really large YouTubers who are invested in it. And of course they have influence in the market, a lot more influence than I have. Like, I'm talking 100,000 subscriber YouTubers. So if you're in the red right now, I would hold. If you're in the green right now, if you're still in the green, maybe you sell. I don't know. That's a decision you want to make. Do you want to make the profit now or make a lot more profit later? But you're taking more risk in that. So I'm reading a comment right now. Everything has risk. I bought a home when the price is going down and down. Crypto is the future. It takes time and patience. Yeah, no, I mean, crypto is definitely the future. And in my opinion, right now is not a good time to buy a home, especially if you're buying it in full, because what we have right now is what's called artificially low interest rates from the Federal Reserve. And artificially low interest rates, when they're pushed down from their natural levels, this incentivizes home purchasing, which is demand, and this will help inflate a real estate bubble. Now, if you own real estate, real estate's a great long-term investment. It really is. But for the short term, I would not be buying right this second. I don't think right now is the best time to buy real estate. Let's go over to GCN. Ooh. Wow. That isn't good, Diego. I mean, let's go to the website. Let's go over here. Yeah, GCN is not looking so hot right now. My general thoughts on Ethereum's creator is I really like the guy. I think he's a really smart dude. I think he's honest about things. What I like about him too is he really is more into cryptocurrency. He wants the money too, but everyone wants money. Anyone who says they don't care about money is a liar. He wants the money too, but he does care about the long-term vision. He cares about changing the world, which is what cryptocurrency is going to do. Cryptocurrency is definitely going to change the world. It is definitely the future. It's here. It's now. Now is the time to get into cryptocurrency. And people are going to say, oh, well, you should have bought years ago. And I did buy years ago. Cha-ching. But people are going to say, oh, you should have bought years ago. We're still so early. We're still at not even $1 trillion market cap. We're early in crypto. We're early to the party. If you just bought crypto and, you're a little bit in the red because of the bloodbath that occurred a few weeks back, don't sell for a loss. I would just hold because we're still so early. This is the next internet. Because media, governments, and naysayers have always been there when new things come around. You look back on the internet, Paul Krugman, an economist who I have strong disagreements with, he's a Keynesian, said the internet will have no change, no more change than the fax machine on the real economy. And boy, was he wrong. And you look to crypto now, people saying, oh, well, it's not going to do anything. It's just for people doing illegal activities. It's just for libertarians. It's just for people, internet nerds. And it's just not true. I mean, it is going to have real world application. It is going to definitely change the world. Absolutely. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Neo should definitely be at number 5. Absolutely. I really undervalued crypto because, look, people on the internet are funny because people will tell me, let's say I make a video about Ethereum. People will comment on my video about Ethereum and say, well, why don't you care about Ripple? Or why don't you care about Neo, Or why don't you care about Cardano? And I'll say, I do care about those cryptocurrencies. Here's my opinion on them, right? And it's like, hey, I own Neo and I own Ethereum. And it blows their mind. It's like, they expect you... Here's the thing. Cryptocurrency cryptocurrency is hey, what's up, Capo? Cryptocurrency is not like a football game. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean by that? Cryptocurrency is not something that you should just pick your favorite team and just root for them and, this is my team and all the other teams suck. Cryptocurrency is not a football game, right? Be mature about this. A lot of different cryptocurrencies do different things. Monero is way different than Ethereum. You could own both. You could be fans of both. Always diversify. Always own many things. Diversification reduces your exposure to volatility, okay? It absolutely does. Hey, now, yeah, I am also invested in Wikibits. I'm also invested in them. They actually have been doing pretty well lately, as far as, because I keep up with their updates, and they have a lot of good partnerships coming. Wikibits could be a sleeping giant of ICOs this year. It really could, and I put out a video on them. I'm not sure if you caught it. Put it out a while ago. Definitely make sure you check out that video. I'm not going to link it, but just because I don't want you to click off the live stream and stuff. But definitely look back. I put out a really good video on them. I said, I think I gave them like a 4.5 out of 5. Really good ICO, in my opinion. Build your crypto portfolio. Absolutely. Absolutely build your portfolio. Rick? I would just say don't sell what you have, but buy other things. Looking at your portfolio, you have some good ones in there. You definitely do. I would also add in some Ethereum. I would add in some Litecoin. Not right now. Like, I wouldn't buy Litecoin right this second just because it's a little bit on the high end. I would wait for a little bit of a correction and then get in on Litecoin. I would also I would also invest in some ICOs if you're looking to make a big return on your money, because ICOs, while they are more risky, I'm disclosing that ICOs have more risk than normal cryptocurrency. But with that said, they have insane returns. I mean, you could turn $5,000 into $500,000 with an ICO just because that's the nature of them. What would I say to the Wolf of Wall Street, Martin? If I'm not mistaken, you are referring to basically that the Wolf of Wall Street is very anti-crypto, and he's saying that cryptocurrency is a scam. If I were talking to the Wolf of Wall Street right now, and he said crypto's a scam, I used to do pump and dumps back in the day, it's all a scam, I would debate him, and I would say, well, look, are there some scams in cryptocurrency, like BitConnect and like Devorecoin? Yes, there are scams in cryptocurrency. But that does not mean cryptocurrency itself is a scam, okay? There's scams in buying stuff online. Doesn't mean everything on Amazon's a scam, right? So that would be my message to him. I would say, I would explain to him the inherent value of cryptocurrency. I put out a Steam article a long time ago called "The Inherent Value of Cryptocurrency." It made me like $5 in Steam. Sweet. And what I had said was, here's some bullet points of things cryptocurrency do that have inherent value. It speeds things up. Using crypto is generally faster than wire transfers and bank transfers, right? 2, it reduces cost. It reduces overhead. It increases efficiency. It decentralizes things, so it makes them more secure, because if you have a decentralized network, a hacker would have to hack every single node. If you have a centralized network, like you're keeping your stuff on a centralized network, all the hacker do is have to get into one thing and everything's right there. By having everything decentralized, it makes it a lot more difficult for hackings to occur. And I know this because I have some involvement with computer science, and I have done some light programming in the past. So Riot blockchain. I haven't heard of yeah, right. Do I think XRP will really team up with Western Union? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's been confirmed that they are doing experimental testing, right? Now, that's the first step, because I'm in business, and the first step of everything is experimental. Nobody just gives you a full-on partnership from the get-go. Or I shouldn't say nobody, very, very rarely. So this is a light partnership. This is an experimental thing going on with Ripple and Western Union. Now, if Western Union sees that this increases their profits or reduces their costs or makes things faster and easier, of course there's going to be a second step, and that's when the real partnership's going to occur. So I definitely think there is a lot of merit to that. I'm sure you caught my video the other day on that, because that video did quite well, talking about Western Union and Ripple. But they're experimenting together, and that's the first step to all successful business partnerships. Do I think investing in ICOs right now is the best thing to do, or is a good idea because of how bullish Bitcoin is? That's a good point. I feel like it depends where you're at. It depends where your goals are. If you have money to throw around, so to speak, no one wants to lose money, right? But if you have a little bit more, I guess, I'm not sure how to explain it. If you have a little bit more money, right, and you have a good job and you don't need the money right this second, and you have a couple grand that you don't want to lose, of course, but you're a little bit like, oh, I'll play around with this a little bit, then I would say ICO investing right now is fine. If you're someone who's a little bit more conservative and who's like, I want to beat the stock market a lot, which Bitcoin will do, but I don't want to have super risky investment, right? You want to kind of be in the middle, then I would say Bitcoin is a better bet, or Ethereum, or Litecoin. Not necessarily right this second for Litecoin, but when we have a little bit of a pullback. And the reason I say that is just it's all scaled to the individual. It's all about what you want. I mean, if you only want to make 5% or what is it, 7% a year, then put your money in the stock market. If you want to make, between 30 to 40% a year, or a little bit more, right, or a bit more, then look to, blue chip cryptocurrencies, like top 15 cryptocurrencies. If you want to make, a 100%, a 200%, a 300% return, then you're going to need to get to the ICOs, or at least be good at day trading and maybe make your money that way. I mean, that's my thoughts on that. EOS looks good. EOS does look good. I will agree about that. And the reason I say EOS looks good is because of the team. The team is good. And like I always say, a great project has to have a great team, or else it will not succeed. Team is a very important part of every project. Alrighty. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut the show a little bit shorter than usual. I really appreciate everybody who's been in. I've tried to answer as many questions as I can. Thank you guys so much for joining. What'd you think about the video or this live stream? If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a thumbs up. To summarize, Ethereum's creator, what he tweeted was not 100% incorrect. There was a kernel of truth to it. Don't put in more money than you could afford to lose. However, saying that they could drop to near zero at any time is a little bit of a stretch, right? I don't think we're gonna see a $3 Litecoin in our time, or a $2 Ethereum, or a $1 Bitcoin, right? So I think he could have worded it a bit better, but nonetheless, I'm a huge fan of him. Very smart guy. Created one of my favorite cryptocurrencies, one of my really favorite cryptocurrencies, and I definitely think that no, I mean, yeah, Litecoin is a great buy. It definitely is. All I'm saying is at right this second, it might not be the best time to buy, but if you're not concerned in the short term at all, and you're looking purely long term, then by all means buy Litecoin. I own, I own a few Litecoin. I own like I think 5 or 6 of them currently, but it definitely makes up a portion of my portfolio. I like Litecoin, I do, and I think Charlie Lee's a really smart dude. So yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit the bell icon next to my name, or next to the subscribe button, I should say. It's a little bell, and that will help notify you when I go live and when I upload. Have a great day and keep on hodling.